I've got three requests, Ms. Reynolds, then Mr. Buck, and then Linda Dom. Ms. Reynolds. Oh, sure. We'll hand it out for you.
My name's Rajeen Reynolds. I live in the black hole of the South Delta. The labyrinth of the South Delta is home. And what I've given you is your attachment with your restoration opportunity areas, and then I want you to open up the aerial. That's Reclamation District 544, way down in the South Delta. It's about 7,000 acres. About half the levees are core, about the other half are maintained by the Rec District. It's our home. It's a restoration opportunity area. If you're a landowner and you're above sea level, because all of this is above sea level, my own home's there, it's 9 feet above sea level. It's your home, but people want it for marsh or tidal habitat or whatever else restoration opportunity is. And I want to hand it to the scientists. You're excellent and you're thoughtful, and I agree with you that all the creatures of the world need options, but this is our home too. I'm going to read you the letter that's on the top just so that people can hear it. It says, Dear Mr. Eisenberg and council members, the Delta Independent Science Board states in its April 25th, 2013 report called The Habitat Restoration in the Sacramento-San Joaquin Delta and Suisun Marsh, there should be regular communication between those who are affected by restoration, in other words, landowners, and those who are implementing and overseeing the restoration. In the spirit of such communication, I'm bringing you an aerial view of Reclamation District 544, also known as Upper Roberts Island. This land is noted on your Figure 4-8, recommended areas for prioritization and implementation of habitat restoration projects. Several things need to be remembered about Upper Roberts Island. One, it's above sea level and has never flooded since its reclamation in the 1870s. Two, it is prime farmland dedicated to diversified crops. Three, it is home to a community of landowners, some of whom represent the sixth generation of their families on this land. In regard to the presentations that were made today, I have a couple of comments. One of them is you can't do everything. And the other one has to do with boots on the ground. BDCP consultants and Jerry Merrill came down and we had 5 meetings in the South Delta about habitat restoration in the BDCP. On the 5th meeting, the consultants went out and looked at our land. The 5th meeting. In the first meeting, they had incorrect data. They said 30% of Roberts Island was pasture from a 40-year-old Forest Service map. So I'm telling you, if you want habitat restoration in this South Delta, you better get down there soon and fast and help us identify with you where this can happen. Are we going to do some setback levees along the rivers? You better be ready to work with the Corps. But just to do hatch marks on your map and say that you want 10,000 acres in the South Delta is not enough to have any of us want to cooperate with you. You talk about red flags.
Ms. Reynolds, is your property within the area that's been designated by the 7 local agencies as potential floodplain
Sure.
designation?
They're looking at Roberts Island along the San Joaquin.
Yeah.
And
so
Paradise Cut.
Do you object to that designation as well?
As floodplain restoration?
As floodplain?
It is floodplain. That's not a problem. I bought flood insurance for 20 years. We are a floodplain. We don't object to that. We object to taking our farmland out of production.
Okay.
Thank you so much. I know it's been a long day, and you didn't need me, but that's the way it is.
Thank you.